ladies, check this out.
Oh, bright enough for you?
You almost dropped the box?
Hey, almost did. Fresh. We've got our strut tower bar, we've got our brake calipers, we've got our roll cage. That stuff all has to go in. So I'm gonna get cranking and get all this stuff put back in the car. All right, so just got the strut tower in, our charge pipe for our intercooler in, plus a greasy fingerprint. Adding a little bit of color to this engine bay was a good choice. Now, do we make this fluoro orange too? So leave some comments down below. Let us know what you think. It is the iconic magnesium 4G63 covers in their traditional red. We do have some other stuff planned for this area, but we haven't done it yet. Really liking the way this is shaping up. But now I gotta move on to getting the brakes on. Those are already prepped, back from powder coat and ready to go on. And we have some new brake rotors we're gonna be putting on too, as well as some Hawk pads. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. We're gonna be giving this thing away in just a few weeks in our sweepstakes. If you guys haven't already entered, head over to throtl.com. Make sure you buy some merchandise like this cool shirt or hat that I have on here, or buy your car parts that you've been saving for. Every dollar you spend, it's gonna get you entry to win this Evo 8, which is shaping up awesome. All right, we're moving on to the interior. We got a new headliner from a friend in LA. It's in pretty bad shape, but finding a headliner for these cars is actually really difficult. So we bought what we could buy. Our headliner has a big issue in that whoever previously owned this car put a drop-down TV monitor in here. And so our headliner has a giant hole in it. That's not gonna fly. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually recover our headliner in suede. I know we've been doing that a lot lately, but it is a nice, clean fix for our headliner. Meanwhile, while I'm removing this headliner, Big Jeff's taking out the old racing floor pans. These are just screwed into the floor. And we can take those out because we are going to be putting factory carpet back in this car so that this car feels like a street car. So we want to make sure that the sweepstakes car is something that someone wants to drive on the street. If they want to drive it every day, they can. If they want to revert it to a race car, that's easy. Just take everything out. All right guys, well we've done this a few times now. As I mentioned previously, this is probably our 4th headliner in like the last 2 months. So if you want to see a full tutorial on how to do this, we did do one of those. You can just click the link in the description down below and check that out. Otherwise, we're gonna move on and actually flip this thing over and start doing the final trimming and wrapping so that we can get this thing back in the car. Headliner's done. Basically ready to go back in. Just gonna cut a couple little holes in it for the handles and some of the other things that go on it. Evan and the boys cleaned up the carpet earlier, and we're gonna give that a quick once over, but Big Jeff pulled the racing heel plates out, so now we can put our carpeting in after we put a little bit of sound deadening for Metra on the floor pan. They did remove all that, so I want to put some back in. How you doing?
What's up?
Alright, so this car was stripped down for racing and there was not anything up here on the package tray for sound deadening. So we're going to use some of our Metra ballistic sound deadening mat. We used it up on the front as well. I'm just going to trim it up, stick it on here because we're going to put some speakers back in here. The last thing we want is for there to be a rattle. So I think we're going to be adding a subwoofer to this one.
So this is like the MR2 all over, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. So I took the bottom part of the dash out. What the heck? That's strange. That's weird. Alarm, part of the alarm system. Switches that goes not to the alarm. Yeah, I think this is, I wouldn't say worse because of all the gauges that we have, and then the freaking Apex air and fuel mixture controller, and then we have a Viper alarm, and then we have the turbo timer, and then we just have this cluster of a mess of wiring. Just look at all these freaking connectors. It's insane. So what I'm gonna do, nobody does alarms anymore, so I'm removing the alarm, I'm removing the turbo timer.
We don't even have the remotes.
We don't have anything. The gauges, you can tell they didn't do them all at the same time, so there's grounds and powers going from all over the place. So I'm going to unwire everything and I'm going to rewire everything nice and neat.
One eternity later.
Alright guys, so right now I removed the alarm system, I removed the turbo timer, and what you have left literally is just the gauges, which I'm not going to do it today. I believe in 2 days I'm going to come back and I'm going to completely uninstall all the gauges and reinstall them correctly the right way.
What do you mean? What's incorrect about the way they did this?
Well, you see here, they're grabbing power from
a bunch of different places.
From the dimmer, the fog lights, they're grabbing power from there. There's a ground here, there was a ground here, there was a ground up here for 3 different gauges, when you can just ground everything to one.
So what you'll do is you'll disconnect everything, run your own wiring, and bring everything power and grounds from one central location.
3 different sizes of wires.
Oh wow, that's an extension cord.
This looks like a small extension cord or some sort of, yeah, not good. So everything, we're gonna use Metra products and we're gonna rewire this entire thing and we're gonna make it reliable, safe, and it's gonna look way better than this.
A lot cleaner, right?
Super clean.
I've gone ahead and sorted out the passenger side since there wasn't such a mess over here. I was able to already put the carpet in. We got our new floor mats in, which looks sick. Ricky's gonna finish buttoning that up, but before we go any further, I want to show all the stuff that came out of here. So what do we got here? We got a Viper alarm.
Viper alarm system, which we took the kill switch off and we bypassed it back like it went.
That's the harness for it.
That's the harness for it.
What else did we take out? A relay.
This is the harness for the turbo timer. This is the relay for the alarm system, and then that's the brains of the turbo timer.
Okay, so we took out the Apex turbo timer.
Yep.
Turbo timers are great and they serve a purpose. In this car, it was really kind of not necessary. We were always manually turning it off anyway because, I don't know, it's kind of more of a pain in the butt than it's worth. Yeah. But we are going to rewire the rest of the stuff as Ricky said and continue cleaning this car up.
Alright, so right now, Mickey and I made put a piece of tape here because we actually, if you guys saw in the video, we put the back side of the seat inside where the roll cage is, and we measure where the roll cage actually prevents us from putting it in.
We have to cut the metal structure out of here first, just so we know where we need to clearance it, and then we can just start removing foam, and then hopefully we can actually just retain the cover that we have. We don't have to cut it up and just kind of smush it in.
Push it in, yeah.
See if I can cut my finger off while I'm at it.
Yeah, let's try it.
I'm gonna go to here.
Yeah, yep. Hey.
All right. All right, guys, well, we were able to get the back seat in. We just made some trim work on the metal. We were able to get it to kind of sneak by. We're gonna still work on this a little more. We got it in, and this thing's starting to look like a street car again.
And just to clarify, we know nobody will be able to sit back there.
Kind of wanted to put like a rear seat delete or something in here, but I think this is more suiting, and it's also gonna keep the road noise down as well, having the seat padding in there. It makes the car look really complete and streetable, so I actually like it. All right, well, it's been a long day. We got a lot done today. Pretty much the full interiors in the car, which is super awesome. So that's all the time we've got for you guys today. So we're gonna go ahead and end it off here. But make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, because the next video that's coming up is also of the Evo, and you're not gonna wanna miss what's up next. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much. Peace out and keep moving forward.
Okay, TJ.
Got it!